You will inevitably draw attention when you embody a personality with strength and clarity. Not just any attention, but a mixture of admiration, respect, and sometimes unease from those around you. People with a strong personalities aren't merely confident in their actions. They possess an unshakable core built on self-awareness, purpose, and reason. They move through life guided by conviction rather than societal expectations, and in doing so, they naturally set themselves apart from the crowd. Yet, in a world where conformity is often praised and comfort is sought, such individuals may be perceived as intimidating. This perception doesn't arise from malice or arrogance, but rather from their silent power. The power of authenticity, emotional mastery, and intellectual depth. To those unfamiliar with such traits, they can seem distant, difficult to approach, or even unnervingly different. However, viewed through the lens of Stoic philosophy, these qualities are not flaws but virtues that, when harnessed correctly, can transform a person into a beacon of positive influence and inner strength. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that teaches resilience, self-discipline, and the pursuit of wisdom, offers profound insight into these intimidating characteristics. Rather than encouraging us to dull our edges or seek approval, Stoicism urges us to refine our nature, cultivate a strong sense of self, and lead by example. Those who genuinely grasp and embody these principles do not seek to overpower others, but instead aim to elevate themselves and those around them through reasoned thought and virtuous action. This exploration will delve into 9 signs of a strong and often intimidating personality. When understood and applied with wisdom, these signs can serve as tools for personal development, guiding you toward a life of purpose and influence. Remember, it is not about changing who you are to fit in. It is about mastering who you are to stand out, not by force, but by the quiet strength of character. 1. Directness, a virtue cloaked in intimidation. When wielded with wisdom and integrity, directness is one of the most distinguishing traits of a strong personality. It is a rare quality in a world where many prefer ambiguity and sugar-coated words to avoid discomfort or conflict. Being direct means you choose truth over convenience, clarity over confusion, and courage over fear. Yet, this very virtue can make you seem intimidating. People are often unprepared to hear unfiltered truths, especially when those truths challenge their illusions or force them to confront uncomfortable realities. Unlike those who avoid unpleasant conversations to maintain superficial harmony, a direct individual values honesty as a form of respect, not as a means to belittle, but as a way to illuminate. Stoic philosophy praises candor as a fundamental expression of self-mastery. The Stoics teach that speaking truthfully requires both strength and discretion. Strength to confront complex matters without wavering and discretion to do so in a way that seeks the betterment of all involved. A direct person does not speak merely for speaking. They talk because they understand that truth, however hard it may be to hear, is the cornerstone of personal growth. This level of honesty can be daunting for those used to avoiding uncomfortable truths or seeking approval. They may interpret directness as harshness or even hostility, not realizing that it stems from a place of authenticity and respect. Furthermore, directness serves as a powerful tool in decision-making. When you refuse to let emotions cloud your judgment or social niceties dilute your message, you become a person of decisive action. Leaders in ancient philosophy and modern life often speak, act firmly, and prioritize truth. However, with this trait comes a certain solitude. Those unaccustomed to such clarity may see you as distant or challenging to engage with. Still, Stoicism reminds us that living according to virtue, not popularity, is the true path to fulfillment. By mastering the art of direct communication, you cultivate an inner strength that earns you respect and inspires others to face the truth within themselves. When done with kindness and wisdom, Your directness becomes a beacon that guides others towards self-awareness and growth rather than a force that merely instills fear. 2. Emotional self-control, the silent power that commands respect. Emotional self-control is one of the most potent yet understated traits of those with a strong and intimidating personality. In an era where emotional reactions often dominate interactions, the ability to remain composed, no matter the circumstance, sets you apart. People may find your calm demeanor unsettling because they cannot predict how you will react. While many respond impulsively to external stimuli quickly, you demonstrate restraint, choosing thoughtful responses over emotional outbursts. This composure doesn't signal apathy or indifference, but reflects a profound mastery over one's inner world. As the Stoics taught, while we cannot control external events, we can always control how we respond to them. According to Marcus Aurelius, true strength comes from maintaining equanimity in chaos. When you possess emotional self-control, you become unshakable, able to navigate life's turbulence without being overwhelmed. This trait can make others view you as distant or intimidating because they cannot manipulate or influence your mood. Those who rely on external validation to feel secure often struggle to understand this quiet strength. Your ability to remain unaffected by praise or criticism signals inner independence that few achieve. You are not swayed by flattery, nor are you discouraged by negativity. Instead, you remain focused on your goals, driven by an internal compass that keeps you grounded. This emotional resilience protects you from making impulsive or irrational decisions and elevates your stature in the eyes of others. When faced with pressure, you stand firm, calm, thoughtful, and decisive. People naturally gravitate toward those who remain steady in turbulent times, and your composure becomes a source of reassurance and strength for others. However, this strength can also create a sense of distance. Those who seek constant emotional affirmation may find it challenging to connect with you, mistaking your self-mastery for aloofness. But as Stoicism teaches, emotional self-control is not about suppressing emotions. It's about understanding them and choosing not to be ruled by them. This distinction is what makes you powerful. By staying calm, you retain the ability to act with clarity, wisdom, and integrity rather than being swept away by fleeting emotions. Your steadfast composure can seem intimidating in a world that often rewards impulsivity and emotional drama. Yet, it is this very trait that commands respect and admiration. When you master your emotions, you master yourself, and in doing so, you gain an invincible strength that few can match. 3. Standing up for yourself, the courage to uphold your principles. Standing up for yourself is a hallmark of a strong personality that earns respect and instills fear in those who prefer passivity over confrontation. Standing firm is seen as an act of defiance in a world where many choose to remain silent in the face of adversity, either out of fear of conflict or to avoid discomfort. But for those with a resolute mindset, silence is not an option. When your values, dignity, or personal beliefs are threatened, you confront the situation head-on. This courage is not impulsive or reckless. It is a deliberate and reasoned response rooted in self-respect and an unwavering commitment to what is right. Stoic philosophy teaches that while we cannot control the behavior of others, we can always control how we respond. When you stand up for yourself, you are not merely defending your rights, but affirming your inner strength. It is an act of self-mastery, showing that you refuse to be diminished by external forces. However, those accustomed to avoiding conflict can perceive this boldness as intimidating. They may view you as tricky or unyielding because they do not understand the discipline and clarity it takes to confront challenges with poise and strength. Yet, standing up for yourself is not about seeking unnecessary conflict or proving superiority, but about protecting your sense of self. People often fear what they cannot control, and a person willing to face challenges without hesitation is, by nature, difficult to undermine. Those who dare to challenge you will quickly realize that threats, criticism, or manipulation cannot easily sway you. This makes you a figure of respect and caution, someone others approach with care because they know you will not back down from what you believe in. Moreover, your ability to stand your ground inspires others. In a world filled with uncertainty and compromise, your courage becomes a beacon for those who lack the strength to defend themselves. By upholding your principles, even when uncomfortable or unpopular, you demonstrate true character, resilient, fearless, and worthy of admiration. As Stoicism reminds us, true power lies not in controlling others, but in mastering ourselves. And when you stand up for yourself with calm confidence, you embody the very essence of that power, becoming a force that both commands respect and inspires growth. 4. Deep knowledge, the unseen strength that commands attention. Deep knowledge is a quiet but formidable force that shapes a strong personality. It is not merely about possessing information, but about understanding the more profound principles that govern life, society, and personal growth. In a world where shallow opinions often dominate conversations, having profound knowledge can set you apart, making you both respected and, at times, intimidating. This trait allows you to analyze complex issues, offer thoughtful insights, and approach problems clearly and precisely. However, such intellectual depth can create an invisible barrier for those who feel threatened by your understanding, especially those unprepared to engage at the same level. Stoic philosophy holds knowledge in high regard, not as a means to dominate others, but as a tool for self-improvement and wise action. Marcus Aurelius emphasized the importance of continuous learning, urging individuals to seek truth and apply it with humility. When you possess deep knowledge, you are not driven by the desire to appear superior, but by a genuine quest to understand the world and act by reason. Yet, this intellectual depth can overwhelm those who rely on surface-level thinking or are uncomfortable confronting complex ideas. They may view your insights as a challenge rather than an opportunity for growth. Moreover, your ability to articulate and support your thoughts with well-founded arguments can make your words carry significant weight. When you speak, people listen, not out of obligation, but because they recognize the value of your perspective. This creates a dynamic where your presence alone can shift the tone of a conversation or influence the direction of a discussion. However, it is essential to remember that knowledge, like any form of power, must be wielded with care. The goal is not to overshadow others, but to enlighten and inspire them. True wisdom, as taught by the Stoics, lies not only in knowing but also in knowing when to speak and when to remain silent. Deep knowledge becomes a powerful tool for fostering understanding and building meaningful connections when combined with humility. When you share your insights without arrogance and stay open to learning from others, you transform intellectual depth into a source of inspiration rather than intimidation. In doing so, you embody a key Stoic principle, using knowledge to serve the greater good, not just to elevate yourself. 5. Fearlessness towards failure, the unyielding courage to embrace the unknown. Fearlessness towards failure is a defining trait of those who dare to step beyond the boundaries of mediocrity. In a world where the mere thought of failure paralyzes many, your ability to confront it head-on can seem baffling and intimidating. Unlike those who avoid risks to preserve their sense of security, you see failure not as an end but as a necessary part of growth, a teacher who shapes resilience and sharpens wisdom. While others may retreat at the first sign of uncertainty, you push forward, understanding that progress requires discomfort and that every setback holds within it the seeds of future success. Stoic philosophy teaches us that fear is often more harmful than the event we fear. Seneca famously remarked, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." By refusing to be ruled by fear, especially the fear of failure, you gain a freedom that few possess, the freedom to act without being weighed down by the potential for loss. This mindset can be unsettling to those who cling to stability and predictability. They may view your willingness to face failure as reckless, unable to comprehend the depth of your courage and the clarity of your purpose. Moreover, your approach to failure reflects an inner strength that does not seek validation from success alone. Instead, you draw confidence from your ability to persevere, learn, and rise again after every fall. This resilience can create an aura of invincibility, making those around you admire and fear your steadfastness. People often struggle to understand someone who remains unfazed by failure, as it challenges the conventional belief that failure defines worth. You, however, know that failure is merely a stepping stone to mastery. By embracing failure, you free yourself from its grip and inspire others to rethink their relationship with setbacks. In a world obsessed with perfection, your fearlessness becomes a beacon of hope, reminding others that it is not the absence of failure that defines success but the ability to persevere through it. Stoicism teaches that true strength lies in our ability to control what we can, our thoughts, actions, and responses, while accepting what lies beyond our control. When you embody this principle, you become a living testament to the power of resilience, courage, and unyielding faith in the journey ahead. 6. Prioritizing reason over conformity, the strength of independent thought. Choosing reason over conformity is a hallmark of those with a robust and independent mind. In a society where conformity offers comfort and the path of least resistance, your refusal to follow the crowd can make you appear defiant or unapproachable. You are guided not by popular opinion but by rational analysis and an unwavering commitment to truth. This prioritization of logic over social approval makes you stand out, and not always in a way others find easy to accept. Many people find safety in consensus, but you find purpose in critical thinking and intellectual honesty. Stoicism places great emphasis on the power of reason. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane. To live according to reason is to live by nature, as the Stoics believed. For reason is the defining characteristic of humanity. You cultivate an authentic life by prioritizing logic and evidence over fleeting emotions or social expectations. Yet this strength can cause discomfort to those who derive their sense of identity from external validation. Your ability to challenge the status quo, to question what others blindly accept, can be intimidating because it forces them to confront ideas they may not fully understand or wish to face. This mindset gives you clarity in decision-making and fosters a sense of inner freedom. The need for approval does not enslave you, nor do superficial trends sway you. Instead, you act according to principles you have carefully examined and chosen for yourself. This independence makes you a formidable figure in any social setting, as others cannot easily influence or manipulate your choices. Yet, while this intellectual autonomy earns respect from those who value depth and integrity, it may also isolate you from those who seek only the comfort of agreement. However, Stoicism teaches that the goal is not to alienate others, but to live virtuously, guided by reason and inner conviction. By prioritizing logic over conformity, you inspire others to think critically and question their assumptions. True wisdom lies in the courage to follow reason wherever it may lead, even when it goes against the grain of popular belief. In a world that often values appearance over substance, your steadfast commitment to rational thought becomes a powerful example of what it means to live a life of purpose and integrity. You are not driven by the need to fit in, but by the pursuit of what is right, and that is a strength few possess. 7. The weight of your words, the power to influence without force. The ability to make your words carry weight is a sign of wisdom and strength that few possess. In a world where conversations are often filled with empty rhetoric and fleeting opinions, your words stand out for their depth, precision, and impact. When you speak, people listen, not just to hear but to reflect because they sense that your words are measured, deliberate, and meaningful. This ability to influence others with minimal speech can create an air of intimidation, not because you seek to dominate, but because your words compel others to confront truths they might prefer to avoid. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of speaking thoughtfully and with purpose. As Epictetus advised, first learn the meaning of what you say, and then speak. Your approach to communication mirrors this Stoic ideal. You speak not to fill silence, but to add value. You do not waste words on trivial matters or speak impulsively. Instead, you weigh each word carefully, ensuring your message is clear and constructive. This precision in speech, however, can make you appear distant or hard to engage with, as others may feel unsure of how to respond to someone whose words carry such gravitas. Moreover, the weight of your words often stems from the consistency of your character. People know that when you speak, you are not merely expressing an opinion but reflecting deeply held beliefs and principles. This authenticity gives your words a unique power that can inspire action, provoke thought, and even shift the direction of a conversation or a decision. Yet, with great power comes great responsibility. The Stoics remind us that words, like actions, should be guided by virtue. Words can wound or mislead carelessly, but they can uplift and guide others toward growth when wielded with wisdom. The challenge lies in mastering what you say and how you say it. Your ability to balance honesty with empathy and clarity with tact ensures that your words become a tool for building trust rather than creating distance. When you communicate with purpose and integrity, you cultivate respect, not through intimidation, but through the quiet strength of knowing when to speak and listen. In this way, your words reflect your inner discipline, demonstrating that true power lies not in the volume of one's voice, but in the substance of one's message. This mastery of communication sets you apart, making you both an influential figure and a beacon of wisdom for those seeking more profound understanding. 8. Consistency in moral principles, the unshakable foundation of inner strength. Consistency in moral principles is a defining characteristic of those who live with integrity and purpose. In a world that often prioritizes convenience over values, your steadfast adherence to a clear moral code can make you both respected and feared. People who lack such inner clarity may view you as rigid or uncompromising. Still, those who understand the strength it takes to live by unchanging principles recognize the quiet courage behind your actions. You do not waver in the face of external pressures or shifting societal trends because your sense of right and wrong is guided by deep conviction, not by the approval of others. Stoicism teaches that living by virtue is the highest good. For the Stoics, virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance form the foundation of a life well lived. You embody these virtues by consistently acting according to your principles, creating a life not swayed by external chaos. This consistency is not about stubbornness, but maintaining a firm sense of self, even when difficult or unpopular. People who lack such moral clarity may feel uncomfortable around you because your presence reminds them of the ethical compromises they have made. They may feel judged, not because you impose your values on them, but because your unwavering integrity exposes their lack of commitment to higher ideals. This consistency in moral principles also grants you a rare inner peace. You do not live with the anxiety of trying to please everyone or the regret of compromising your values for short-term gain. Instead, you experience the quiet confidence from knowing you have acted rightly, regardless of the outcome. This inner strength can intimidate those constantly seeking external validation, as they cannot easily influence or manipulate someone firmly anchored in their beliefs. However, Stoicism reminds us that while it is essential to stand by our principles, it is equally important to do so with patience and humility. The goal is not to impose your values on others, but to live as an example of leading a virtuous life. By consistently upholding your moral principles, You inspire others to reflect on their values and strive to live more authentically. This quiet but powerful influence is the essence of Stoic leadership, not one that commands by force, but one that leads by example. In a world where values often shift to suit circumstances, your consistency stands as a beacon of stability and strength. It may make you seem unyielding or challenging to approach, but it also makes you someone who can be trusted, someone whose word and actions align perfectly. This is the strength of living by principle. You do not merely adapt to the world. You shape it by standing firmly in the truth of who you are. 9. Independence, the quiet strength of self-reliance. Independence is one of the most empowering traits a person can possess, yet it can also be one of the most misunderstood. In a world where many seek comfort in collective thinking and external validation, your ability to stand alone, guided by your principles and decisions, can appear intimidating. You are not driven by the opinions or expectations of others, but by a deep sense of personal responsibility and purpose. This independence means you are self-reliant in thought, action, and emotion, a quality that sets you apart in an environment where dependency often feels safer than autonomy. Stoic philosophy highly values self-reliance, emphasizing that true freedom comes from within. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Look well into yourself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up if you will always look there." By cultivating this inner strength, you free yourself from needing external support to feel secure. Your decisions are made not out of fear of rejection or desire for approval, but from careful reflection and a commitment to what you believe is right. This independence can make others feel uneasy, especially those who rely heavily on the affirmation of others to navigate their own lives. They may struggle to relate to someone who moves through life with such self-assured autonomy. Your independence also means you are not easily influenced or swayed by external forces. This can create a sense of unpredictability for those used to controlling or persuading others through social pressure or emotional appeals. While some may view your self-reliance as aloofness or stubbornness, those who understand the strength of character required to live independently will admire your ability to forge your path. Independence is not isolation. It is the freedom to choose your direction without being bound by the expectations of others. However, with significant independence comes great responsibility. Stoicism reminds us that while self-reliance is a virtue, it must be tempered with wisdom and compassion. Independence does not mean rejecting others or refusing to work with them. It means contributing to society from a place of inner stability rather than neediness or dependence. By being independent, you inspire others to cultivate their inner strength and seek freedom not in external circumstances, but in their mastery. In a world that often rewards conformity and discourages self-reliance, your independence is a quiet but powerful reminder of what it means to be truly free. It is not about defying others for the sake of defiance. It is about living authentically, guided by reason, conviction, and a steadfast belief in navigating life's challenges. While some may find your independence unsettling, those who value strength and self-mastery will see it for what it truly is, a testament to the enduring power of a free and disciplined mind. Conclusion: these traits, directness, emotional self-control, fearlessness towards failure, and unwavering independence, are hallmarks of a strong personality that many find intimidating. However, intimidation is not the goal. When understood through the lens of Stoicism, these traits become powerful tools for personal growth and positive influence. A genuinely admirable person does not seek to dominate or inspire fear, but instead strives to lead by example, fostering wisdom, integrity, and resilience in themselves and those around them. Stoicism teaches us that the path to true strength lies not in bending to the whims of the world, but in mastering oneself. When guided by reason and virtue, these traits can help you navigate life's challenges with clarity and confidence. They can transform you into someone who courageously faces adversity and inspires others to overcome their limitations. In a world that often values appearances over substance, these characteristics set you apart as someone who lives with depth, purpose, and conviction. If you found these insights valuable and want to continue your journey toward mastering Stoic principles and personal development, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. By joining this community, you'll gain access to more thought-provoking content that will help you cultivate the strength and wisdom needed to lead a meaningful life. Also, feel free to comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts and reflections on how these traits resonate with your personal experiences. Remember, growth is a continuous process. We can strive to become the best versions of ourselves. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the following video. Stay strong, stay faithful, and keep pursuing wisdom.